Right, hello, and today, well, this is Minecraft episode 17, and yeah, today, basically, as you can see, I've upgraded in this new base. I've upgraded it, burnt down the forest, as you can see, basically deforestation 101. There's creepers, so I have to deal with these because they're being annoying. I'm getting lag. What in the world? I wasn't getting this like when I didn't record. Now I'm so happy about my computer being like that. Yeah, as you can see, I'm not finished, obviously. I do need to actually get some sounds, more sounds, way more sounds, because I need to make obviously those like that. So I need to do that. I decided on where I put our garden. Like the place where we plant the seeds. Now I actually do remember, like I've gone on and off of this now, so I forgot, unfortunately. But I do remember a time where I did say do like a kind of like a comment garden kind of thing, or like something like that, where like I'll put your comments in like a row, and I'll try it. But I forgot about that. I will do that. I probably will do it here, not in the old base, but I am gonna have to go back, so hopefully I can do that because yeah, I'm gonna do it this episode. I do that this episode. Let's just see where because I actually forgot. I know it's somewhere here, but I don't. Okay, let's just follow these torches because they're just gonna be my best bet. Get these out. Yeah. Also, by the way, the trees should not despawn. I don't know if I told you that like a video, but yes, the spawn. So we're gonna have to just deal with, this. Where in the world is the next one? This is a very weird placement I was doing. I'm sorry. Just follow the trees and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So. I mean, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there. just keep walking over there and, we'll be there. So, yes, well, I'm gonna start talking about something I was actually watching, because I found it quite interesting. It was about, Ancient and Flint, and essentially they were saying, well, our kind of annihilation back in, like, Alexander the Great's time, and this is about Thomas Sowell. What is this? Oh, I remember this. Okay, I remember this. Yeah. Okay. But where is it? Okay, I'm lost. I'm actually lost. Like, okay, so I've gone there. Torches go there, right? So that makes sense. But where do I go? I don't go there. Where? Honestly, like, what in the world? I mean, did I just, like, not put torches down? Or, well, honestly, the whole Sage's corpse or whatever. Oh, there is a new torch. Right here. And I'm blind, I'm guessing. Because, okay, no. Right, so, because I guess, like, we're just gonna have to do this mission. Bear with me. Oh, there we go, lost. Okay, so, yeah, maybe I should put some more, because this is not good. I do not want to get lost. I do not want to lose all my work. Don't lose all my work because of some silliness. Right. Okay, so up here. Okay. That does not make sense. Like, where do I go from here? So I go up here, right? There's nothing here. Literally nothing. What I have to do is I'll have to. Oh, where is it? Okay. But yeah. Okay, where is it? Because I cannot everything. Okay, so this is the old chunks, right? This is the old chunks. I'm in the right place. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I'm using like a shorter render distance, so I could not see that. Okay, that's another problem. Is it's gonna lag a lot. I'll have to do something like this and just put this down, just to help me. But I don't think I would have been able to see that. You know, I don't know if I didn't notice. Maybe it was there. And I just see, you know, I kind of have I might have some here. I was gonna say an eye impairment, or vision impairment. I was saying three at the same time, kind of maybe a little bit all over the place. It was a little bit confusing. Okay, it will start to go night time, but hopefully we'll get there just in time. And to be honest, we're not that far away. I don't even think 1,000 blocks away, but pretty close. That over there would be our old, not old, but you know, that's how our old base was. This is gonna fall into disrepair because I'm not gonna really use it that much. You know, it's gonna start, you know, falling down, eroding. I don't know if blocks can. Well, they can erode, but I don't know if they can corrode. You know, it's more like when what happens to iron, it corrodes and it rusts, whilst rocks, they erode, which means they basically, you know, the water, for example, water, the moisture in the air kind of slowly eats away at the rock, but it doesn't get rid of it, or doesn't actually like oxidize or anything like that. It's like, look at that. Okay, like, I don't know if you can see what's. I don't know if it's just me. Like it's like see it on for your vision, but you don't see it in the video kind of thing. Like, you know, with like helicopters and, you know, with the you won't see it in person. You'll just see it spinning. But in, okay, you know, if it's the same frame rate, like if it spins the same frame rate, it like the page will just be still or look still. I don't know if you could be able to tell that, but yeah, this was like doing some weird patterns. It's like when you go fast on like a motorway. And, you know, like the light kind of go woo, and then it goes back, and it goes forward. It's a very weird kind of optical illusion. But yes, I'm back at my place. We can go to this episode. And don't worry, we'll go back and just get some tables, you know. Should I go back in time? I don't know why, but creepers spawn so much nowadays. Like, as you can see, there's like 2 creepers that were there. Well, there was. Well, I don't know if, I think the other one walked away, but there's 2 creepers, and then all the time I was going mining. I made like a little mine shaft, and it was creepers, creeper. Those are fascinating, the zombie, but it was mostly creepers. Oh, that's the time. Yeah, it was mostly creepers. Like, I don't know why. Like, what? Like, I don't know if this kind of like the coding is good, or whatever, but that happened. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there, but yeah. Okay, so what I need is a diamond pickaxe. I need diamond pickaxe. Like, I just need one. I'm not gonna take a lot. And plus, I need. Do I need iron? Well, I need saplings because you know, if the leaves are not going to fall from the trees, you know, that's going to be an issue. But yeah, and. We'll take a tour of the old, not the old, a tour around the new house, and let's just go to our house, you know, this house. Because, to be honest, I do like what I did here. You know, it looked like a brick house I made. You know, and you go upstairs, and you got the like kitchen area. It looks like a kitchen area. And, you know, got kind of like a counter or whatever. And then in here I have like a television room or a living room. Can watch stuff. My new kind of house, quote unquote, is more like a factory. It looks like a factory. It looks like, oh yeah, you go, yeah, it's just like your workplace and then another stone place, and it doesn't look very homely. This looks like a home, you know. I'm really glad what I did here. You know, obviously we'll make some proper living quarterly. especially when we update to 1.0, 1.1. Well, actually, to be honest, I did say this. I do remember saying this. We're not going to spend much time on 1.0 because I'll just do like one episode, 1.0, because I need some iron. Yeah, I am going to get some iron because I do need that. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm glad that no mobs spawn. Literally, oh, they do sometimes, but never. And I think it's just because I play some tortures. It's like, you know, that's what about. And I know I never completed the other side. I know some people are going to be annoyed at that. But honestly, I think the problem is I wanted to do something that requires a multiplayer kind of experience, and I just do not have the what's it called? Well, I don't know how to set up a server for this version, you know, and I just don't know how to do that. So if anyone knows how to like set up a server 1.6, then tell me, or maybe like if anyone wants to join, I will gladly put the link out for anyone who does want to join. Ooh, now it's a creeper, not a pig. Actually, fun fact, I don't know if it's a funny fun fact, creepers are bugged out. They're not actually supposed to be, well, they're not supposed to be in the game, they're not intended, and they were added in anyway, because, you know, Notch was like, oh, that's cool. But actually, they had melee, they exploders, they were like zombies, they would attack, but the difference is once you kill them, they exploded. This is like even older than, oh my goodness, okay. So I guess there was like a creeper behind me, and I just never saw it. But anyway, when you kill the creeper, basically, I'm just going to turn down this. I'm going to turn it down because I can't deal with that. But yeah, anyway, so basically, and yeah, so basically, like, what happened is an in-dev. There was an earlier version, and even like alpha. In-dev, the 5th dev, where you had the infinite generation. So in-dev was in development, and it was just, you know, very old, very basic, but creepers were added in that version, and it was interesting because, you know, they exploded when they died instead of exploding when they got close to you. I don't know what I like more. Like, do I like the whole idea of like, oh, they explode more when they like get close to you, or when they die? Because if it was like an idea where, oh, it kills them, they would explode, that can also add some challenges into the game, where, you know, you can have like a creeper farm, because they'll explode it. You know, you would have to have like obsidian, you know, and who's going to build like, I mean, I don't think a lot of people in this version had a lot of obsidian. You know, it was kind of still like, everyone was still progressing. No one was like, everyone nowadays, it's like, everyone that plays Minecraft, first day they play Minecraft, they get like diamond armor, diamond tools, it's all enchanted, they defeat an ender dragon in like in less than a week, and it's over. And then they get bored. Because Minecraft, I think, is way easier than that in 2010. And I even know that in 2013, so 2012, I don't know, it was around 2011, 2012 when I started playing Minecraft, and it was still, even in the beta 1.0, you know, it's still pretty hard. But I think it's got really, honestly, like, you can easily, like, I know there's not technically a win, like, there's nothing you do to win, there's nothing, like, it's not official, but to be honest, you do, like, win, and there's, like, a whole thing you do and everything like that, so, like, you can win the game, you know, that's how you win the game, but everyone can do that now. I'm bored of that, because it's like, well, what do I do now? Like, there's nothing to do after that, so, I think that's a mistake on Mojang's part, and I know it's because of Microsoft mostly. Microsoft, I'm just waiting for daytime, because I do not trust, especially the creepers, like, if there's so much, so easily, so I'm just not going to go out until, you know, daytime. But, you know, return to my base. But yeah, so basically, that's why in my honest opinion, like, I like the older versions, because it has a challenge. Like, I had to go off camera and you know, and sometimes on camera, and all of this basically from either memory, or, you know, not dying, memory, a lot of other things. Like, you know, you can easily cheat nowadays. There's not really a program you can use in these versions. Like, I don't know if there is, but yeah, you can't really cheat in these versions. Like, no nothing. But in new Minecraft versions, you can get the game to LAN, say it's time to creative mode, and allow cheats and give yourself diamonds, and it's also not just that. Even if you play the game legitimately, you know, you can just like easily like go to a village and get diamond stuff and iron stuff. You can trade, and you know, I guess it's maybe like, I always sound like the old guy that's you know, like, oh, back in my day harder than everyone else. But, and you know, maybe it's like, obviously it's a different kind of game now. It's more for kids. I mean, this was for kids, but this was more it was more for everyone. Game like Minecraft Alpha 1.2.6. This game, everybody, but really for teenagers and young adults, not really for young kids. I mean, it was like a pixelated, blocky world with weird fantasy creatures, which looked cartoony. You know, it wasn't like there was no blood and there was no gore, but it was not made for young kids. Like on their iPads. I don't have a good impression of a kid in Minecraft, but you know, Minecraft was not made for that. It is now. Like you see on Minecraft nowadays, like that player, demographically, they're probably you know, on their mother's iPads, you know, and going like boo 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 goo bab goo, and then yeah, goo 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 gaga, and then they, you know, for some reason, are 3 odds at their armor. I don't know how that. When I was 3 years old, it was when I was 3 years old, I was playing games on a Nokia phone. You know, one of them old phones, and I was 2008, 2007, 6, round about there. I had a Nokia phone, and I just usually played Snake. I don't know why. I played Snake, and I played on a PSP, Midnight Club. I like that. I always played it, even in the night time, and I'll never get sleep. Because I was like 4 or 5 years old and I played this Midnight Club Dub Edition. It was literally that called that. And I don't know if it's an obscure game, because I saw no one plays it. No one talks about it, no one plays it. But it was amazed when I see people that made your day. Yeah, Rockstar. So, if you don't know, Midnight Club, it says, it goes from 1 to 4. And I think it took over by, I think Rockstar took it over from some other developers, because I believe the first games were Japanese, and it was more of a Japanese kind of game. I think Rockstar bought rights to develop the game or something like that. And then, you know, as they developed the game, as they developed the game, basically, yeah, they, what's the words? I don't know what I'm trying to, the word I'm trying to get here. I started to develop it, and the one I was playing, that was set in, I believe, Atlantis. I believe, if I remember rightly, I thought Atlantis was actually Atlantis, and I thought Atlantis was a real city. It's like, oh, that's like Atlantis, and Atlantis is America. No, I did believe Atlantis existed for a long time as a kid, because, you know, everyone was talking about Atlantis. My mother used to put on like, these like history channels about, you know, going to the long lost like Atlantis, and I thought, oh, Atlantis. And they rebuilt it, and they just call it Atlanta. But no, it's like, you know, the Atlantis. People are not, they're not Atlanticians or Atlanteans or whatever you would call them. You know, it's not that kind of city. So, yeah, it was. I did think for a long time this was actually a real city. It was in America. They just rebuilt it, flooded. But that was because of Midnight Club. You know, so I played that game. And then when I was like 4 or 5, I also got, you know, my new computer. It was a Toshiba, and I don't know if they're still around. I don't know, but yeah, it was a Toshiba computer. And I used to play these 2 games, Roblox and this game called Trains 2006, or I think it was just called Train Simulator 2006. It's either one. Like, it was made by this I I forgot what Aurora, something like that. I don't know what their name was. It was an Australian company. I know V Games took it over, I believe, unless that also created. I don't know. I can't remember from the top of my head. But yeah, it's a game that I used to play. It was a train game, like a train simulator. You know, I noticed that I also used to play, like watch these new videos, like not new now, but like a couple of years ago. I used to say, oh, you know, I remember Train Simulator, and I actually bought the new ones, but they weren't from the penny. I thought, what the hell? And I thought, okay, maybe they're just like, maybe they were just like trying to revive, because I don't know what happened to the Australian company. Maybe it gone bust or whatever. Maybe they stopped making the games. But no, they actually still make, like they called it the Trains New Era. But anyway, this other, it's very similar. It's almost the same, but the way that, like, there's the surveyor or the like designer, where you can make your own world, and it's like a sandbox where you can like make your own tracks, routes, and everything like that. It had like a lot of things. That was Trains 2006. That was I know the name is 2006, but that was made in 2005, right? That version was made in 2005, and there was a sandbox game where you can make like, I don't know how big it was, but I remember making a map. When I was 5 years old, it took an hour to go from one area of the map to another. Actually, I think it was 2 hours. 2 hours. That was the longest. And that was a game for 2005. I mean, I know that SimCity existed for a long time. You know, sandbox games are nothing new. They're pretty old, actually. Especially like the make your own kind of world kind of things. They've existed for a long time. But the amount of, like, I don't know, the saving that, and they must have done good. They were really, it on my Toshiba that I dropped so many times, it didn't lag. The fan was going bust, but it never lagged. Never. And then, funnily enough, it lags more now on this computer now. I don't know if that's because I got on a disc and, you know, the game's pretty old and you know, I don't know how discs last. Maybe that caused it. I don't know. I mean, discs don't really run games anymore. You just download it from a disc. But yeah. So I don't know if it was that or it was something else or whatever. But yeah, it was really interesting. I know I'm gonna do the kind of like the seed, like wheat garden thing, wheat farm. I'll show you where I'm gonna do it. But yeah. So I know that, like, it's like kind of a weird thing to like just like, you know, like reminiscing about, but it was a really good game. It of its time, you know, and there was so much customizability, I don't know how you say the word, but that word, my language, well, my dad for some reason told me Yiddish and Hebrew, so it's like, you know. Sometimes I'm trying to remember a word, and he yeah, I'm remembering some, I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Anyway, so he, not him, anyway, so basically what happened is yeah, so there's all customability, there's all, like, you can game, like, you can basically make a UK map. And I think most customability, or whatever you say for that, it was more better with a UK map. I know the United States was also pretty good, but to be honest, I preferred the UK. I know that might sound biased, I know, because I'm British, but trust me, I say that, and I know it's going to sound biased, I know, don't, like, at me or whatever, you know, don't at me, but, like, say that is literally because when you looked at the game, right? When you looked at the game, when you looked at the assets, I'll just call that the assets, whether it's British kind of themed assets, or American themed assets, or Australian themed assets, the real like winners when it comes to like how much there was, how good they looked, and everything like that, it really was the British, the Spanish, and the Australian. plus the New Zealand, but they kind of merge a lot of them into one. A lot of the New Zealand, it's worked well as Australian and vice versa. So you saw like some of the like presets you got when you got the game. There's like Australian, and them roots had a lot of New Zealand assets, even though it's in Australia. So you know, you can do via. So that's why I said plus New Zealand, because it wasn't, you know, separate. It was just like its own category, because I guess maybe you couldn't. This was more with like the scenery as well. By the way, it's more with the scenery. With trains, Australia was way better than New Zealand. Actually, New Zealand was pretty poor when it came to trains, locomotives. But with scenery, both were comparable. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna do the garden. I don't know if it's not completed, but I'll finish it at some point. But yeah, that's basically where you know, I guess like that's sort of like how I started gaming, I guess, because like, you know, and I'll just say this: them games were good for me. Like, they were good, because I learned a lot from plus Roblox, and I know some people say how bad it is, and you know, I had some issues on it, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. Like, when I played it back in 2010, it wasn't that bad. You know, there was weirdos and everything like that, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. You can, you know, there was problems, but at the end of the day, if you stayed away from people and you played the game, it was great. It was a great game, and it's still great now. Like, you can make a traditional Roblox game, like the games that everyone used to play. Like, I mean, I used to play Welcome to Classic, and if you don't remember that game, well, I just say this: it depends on what version. See, there was a guy called Julius Cole. I don't know if that rings a bell, but Julius Cole was this guy who would use free models, and free models are basically like assets I get from like the workshop or whatever, work Steam Explorer thing, and toolbox, you know. You load them into your game, or place as they were called back then. Not experience, you didn't have experiences back then, it's called places. And then change it to games, and then it's weird what's happened now. But yeah, so places, you know, you would put these assets into your place, and these assets would just be like anything. You would just have like a Welcome to Town of Biloxi asset, would just have the entire map and all the coding and everything with it, and you can just, you know, set it up, advertise it, because as advertise it with ticks, I believe that's what it was called back then, ticks. You didn't do it with Robux, you did it with ticks, or tickets. So tickets would be your source of actually funding the advertisement of games. There was no sponsors back then as well. Back in them days, no sponsors. You didn't steal a game, you advertised a game. And it was, you had to lie, you had to cheat, you had to steal, literally. Sometimes you had to resort to some very, very fishy things in order to steal. And, you know, even hacking. Some people hack players in order to win. Like, it was bad. For example, he hacked the Welcome to Town of Roblox, which actually was made by One Dev, I think his name was. So that, you know, there's a whole lore behind this, and it's really old. Like, this is like 11-year-old lore, and I'm surprised I remember this because my memory's not that good. But yes, like, this is peak Roblox lore from 10-11 years ago. And to be honest, the reason, I don't know where Julius Cole is right now, but he Julius Cole's, I think there's another guy called like J. Cole or something like that. It's not, I don't think it's the same guy. If he is, that's pretty funny. But yeah, Julius Cole is like, you know, he's just, you know, he was hated as a result because he made so many clones of that game. Imagine Steam, like, imagine Steam, but with literally the same game over and over and over again. Like, you couldn't escape it. It was the same game over and over and over again. That's what I've seen. But you can easily like just reply it But David Baszucki, the guy that made Roblox, did not care. He was not bothered. So if he made a Welcome to Town Roblox game, he did not care. As long as he made money, because the way the ecosystem worked, incentivized by Roblox and Builders Club, which again, it was called Builders Club back then. You guys that are born like 2010, and you get into Roblox by like 2017 or whatever, to be, in all fairness, some of you probably got into Roblox before, but so maybe you do remember Builders Club. But for the younger audience that watches these videos, the Builders Club was a thing. That was the Roblox Premium now. So I had I think it was Turbo Builders Club, then I had Builders Club and Outrageous Builders Club. That was OBC. And then my account then got transferred over to Premium. And then I lost it because I did not understand what was the big thing. And to be honest, I don't even understand what's like the incentive of buying Premium now. I don't know really the incentive. I know the incentive by Roblox, like that's an incentive, but I do not get that. Like, there's no incentive. Because, well, you can get like, you can get a month, I believe. You can do, that's still a thing, that's still a feature. Everything else is like you can join as many groups as you want, I believe you can. I don't know, but I believe you can. You can make as many games as you want. Back in the old days, you can only make about 3 places. I believe one was only you can only activate one if you didn't have Builders. Like Builders Club, you can activate more places, but there was always the restrictions until OBC where you had all free reign. But with Premium, it's not like that. With Premium, it's not just like you get Robux and you can trade. I mean, I don't know if that's really a big incentive. I mean, and there's really not really incentive to make games anymore. I don't think that's really been incentivized anymore. It's more been if you make a game, that's like fine, like you can still make a game. But a lot of it's like corporate now. So you have to be like, if you want to get popular now, the developers have to basically give you the green light. If you want to get popular, you can I mean, I guess that's like Steam. If I don't think you're going to get popular if Steam doesn't really like you. If it doesn't like your game, you're going to get deboosted. But I think with it's kind of like any can get popular. I remember I would play all these different types of games. Now what they were, and you can make a game. Someone will find it easily. I remember, even not even that long ago, 2-3 years ago, that was the same thing. And I didn't have to do a lot. I just had to play the game and not spend that much, and it went pretty well. Now, it's like, well, there's dating experiences now. I mean, I just don't get that. I mean, I get what Roblox trying to do, like the social kind of, the social network of the future. I think. I mean, I don't know, but I believe that's what they want to do. They want to become the social network future, like metaverse kind of thing. But if they want to get into the metaverse, they have to talk with kids on the app. It's like, I don't know. It can take time I'll be accepted. I don't really care. If that comes, he is the future, I believe. But I know the future. But I also think you can't escape. As I said a few episodes ago, we can't escape from the future. It's going to happen regardless. So you might as well just suck up. I know some people the young generations have no attention span, blah blah blah, and young generations this and young generations that, and this next is the end of us and whatever, blah blah blah. Listen, same thing. We're Gen Z, right? We're Gen Z. Blaming Gen A for basically what millennials and Gen Xers and Boomers were blaming us for. You're doing the exact same thing. Don't do that, because honestly, this is this whole Skibidi toilet thing. I actually like it. People don't not like that take, but I like it. I think it's funny. I get why it's funny. It is funny because it's get out of this, look. Yeah, that's Jay. stuff, I get it. You know what? And if you don't like it, you're a boomer. I don't care if you're like 25 years old and you know, you probably watched all, you probably like the same things I like. You play Minecraft. You're a boomer. You're not. Well, you act like. I thought we were gone from that. Like, our generation, we're gone from kind of like dividing young generations, because like we're supposed to be like, the people that did Youthquake in 2017 in the UK and the Pally 2019, we're like the Youthquake generation UK. At least the older Gen Zers, like they were the Youthquake, and it's like in America, it's like they were like okay boomer kind of things, and then you would say, oh, this new generation's like cringe or whatever. It's like, okay, well, the other generations were calling you cringe. Like, why are we? I don't know. I mean, I know it's going to be unpopular with some people, but honestly, I don't care. We do things regardless, and we might as well accept them, because if we don't, we'll just be left behind. And I rather not, because I think this is useful. I think some of the things that Gen A are useful. And if things turn a different way because of that, I honestly think it will, because of the way that, like, Gen A is not like a liberal kind of influence. I know I'm just not walking around. But I'm just going money. You know what, I'm just going to go money. But yeah, Gen A, the liberal generation, Gen Z was. Like, Gen Z is on the change and stuff like that, and Gen A has that. But the real influence, and Gen Z lived through like the legalized gay marriage and all the Anchorsphere kind of thing. That happened when we were growing up, being kind of influenced by all that stuff. But yeah, but Gen A is not influenced by that. They're influenced by their aftermath. And whether you think the aftermath was good or bad or whatever, like, it doesn't matter. If Gen A blows up and thinks that wasn't a good thing or whatever, like, I don't think. But if they disagree with us, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you don't get, like, I don't care. That's just how the future will just march on without us. It's not complaining about the young generations being not liberal or whatever, or not knowing the freedoms and the social justice, whatever, not fight for social justice stuff. It's like, you just lose people at that point. You lose people, and you lose me, because, like, I'm all for people having, like, fairness and everything like that, but you can't, like, if the new generation sees it differently, then they're going to see it differently, and we just have to work with that. We have to work with it. We can't just fight against it, because you know what we're going to turn into if we're going to turn into, like, you know what they're going to say? The young generation. The young generation are birthed after us. You know what they're going to say? Zoomer. As an insult, just like we said, they're going, oh my goodness. Okay, brilliant. That's so good. I really like. There's so many creepers everywhere. Don't know why. Don't know, but there's so many creepers. Yeah. So I wish I could just, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, like, with the whole. Maybe I'll record separately, but I don't know. Bandicam does not do that for some reason, so yeah, I'll just have to figure that out. But yeah, I honestly, let's just see. Okay, 44 minutes, that's okay. But yeah, I honestly don't. I know that's going to be controversial. So I think, you know what? If the young generation is going to be different from us, then just accept it, embrace it. Differences, change is good. Just like we want change, they will want, they will want change too. But we have to give it to them, regardless. Or they will do it themselves. They will do it anyway, so we might as well do it. Have some mutual understanding, and not, be boomers, which, like, don't care, just want to, like, grill or whatever. I mean, just like. Think like, oh, the young generation, like, lazy or whatever. If we start thinking that, or we start thinking the young generations are stupid, then, like, because they differ from us, like, I just don't think we learned anything. And I'm worried that maybe we haven't. I'm worried that we will not learn from what we're trying to go against, which is the mistakes that the boomers made to our countries. So, like, they ruined the economy essentially for us. I believe that will ruin the economy for Gen A and the next generation, and they all had to live with our mistakes. And you know, we're always going to make mistakes, but I think the mistakes of the boomers were pretty bad, to be honest. But we don't have to, you know, we don't have to make worse. So I think we should try. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to. Is there? Okay, so I need to make some. Okay, I'm gonna end the episode here. So you know, obviously, I really wanted to continue the discussion, but just, you know, the last episode and the episode before it kind of yeah, the bit rate I'm having to work around, and it's not producing great quality. It's like everything else is great. It's just the quality is like the video quality is just terrible. It's like blur. I don't want to blur, so yeah. But anyway, so yeah, honestly though, like, just, I think my closing remark is this: embrace the future, embrace what the young generations want, because if we don't, they're gonna do it anyway, and it won't be good for us. So yeah, so just do that. Anyway, so I'll see you guys in the next video, and we'll just continue talking more about interesting topics like this, you know, like I'm sure some people like, you know, you just weeby play, you know, you just ramble on about everything, you know, every little, you know, there's nothing you don't ramble on about, but yeah, I mean, you know, I just like to ramble on about everything. Anyway, and this is a platform to do it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Again, like, subscribe, everything. Anyway, bye bye.